Hi Aquarius, how's everybody doing? We are here with a general and timeless reading. Before we get started, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I'm seeing there be a bit of a personal challenge that you're facing. This can be coming up for many different reasons. You may be feeling out of place physically, like there may be something that you're trying to come to terms with when it comes to your body, how you're looking, like how you're feeling within your body. Can also have to do with your sensuality as well. It can also have to do with your creativity and your ability to express yourself. It's like all things that are connected with wands, which I see in relation to the Queen of Wands. And so this is like, how are people perceiving me? How am I perceiving myself? How am I perceiving my ability to do things as well? Like, how do I feel about my ability to tap into my intuition and my creativity and then to go on and express that? Like, am I trusting myself? How are people treating me? Do I like the way that people are treating me? Like, where's my confidence level when it comes to that? Am I around people that I feel supported by? I'm seeing this kind of like open up a portal in this direction of you questioning these things. But all of it seems like it's about like how you're perceiving yourself. Maybe something that you feel like is a bit of a challenge. For some of you, I'm hearing a constant challenge. It does feel, again, like it all comes back down to self-perception. Can also be about you feeling comfortable in your skin, too. Ace of Cups, how are you loving yourself? Wow, and the Empress. How are you loving yourself? How are you expressing yourself? Do you feel like you're able to express yourself in the way that you want to, with the people around you, the people that you want to connect with? Are you tapping into your gifts and abilities to express them, to create things with them? Do you feel nurturing? This all is going to come back to your relationship with yourself. Like, if you're struggling with internal worth and stuff like that, you could be struggling within some of your relationships. For some of you, I'm seeing something about wanting to get more serious with something. You could be like starting a business or starting a creative endeavor, and you're like, how do I take this thing that I do and make it workable? Like, this can be natural talents, skills, and abilities that you have, which it's interesting because it seems like it really comes back to your connection with yourself. And like, the more validated you feel within your connection with yourself, the more that you're practicing self-love, it puts you in touch with your creative abilities and your powers and like your confidence to be able to express yourself through those mediums, no matter what it is that you do or like to do. So this is also leaning into the stuff that matters to you rather than like what anyone else is projecting onto you. Like, what do you care about and what do you want to be involved with? I feel like some of these, we had the Empress and the Justice card come out, I think, in the last spread too. In the last reading. Okay, there's some new influences here. So there's a focus on a partnership, but I'm seeing this kind of come back to your relationship with you and yourself first, and how you pour into your relationship with yourself, and how that affects how you act with somebody that you're connecting with and what you can give. It's kind of like in understanding how you want to show up and showing up for yourself. It gives you more of an idea of how you want to show up with this person that you're connecting with. And this is also you knowing like what you can give and also what you can't. Like, does somebody have expectations of you where you're like, I don't feel comfortable giving that in a relationship or showing up in that way? or I can do that, and I'd love to give that to you. I'd love to have that shared experience. And also how you want somebody to be coming through and supporting you, or like what your love language is, you know, what you expect within a relationship, what you're going to need with another person in order to feel valued and truly seen within the connection. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing elements that are connected with the last reading that we did, for sure. Something that is not completely processed through emotionally, maybe like creating some tension or stress that's felt. I'm seeing too, the more that you've been connecting with yourself and your team, the more grounded you feel as well. And this being something that feels quite significant. It's like when you feel at peace within yourself and you are connected in that way, you're able to like really hold it down emotionally. Hold it down meaning you feel like you can sort of ride the wave of whatever's going on. Because King of Cups is about equanimity. So that's like anything can be going on around me. And if I feel peaceful at my core, I'm going to be able to like remain steady in that way because I'm centered. And so this whole thing about you connecting with yourself and touching base with yourself first before you go out and branch out to this other person, it's helping you be able to come back to you when things may be like on the rocks with this person, or maybe a bit challenging or a bit difficult, because you are not dependent on the reality of what's going on between you and this person to dictate how it is that you're carrying yourself emotionally. You feel what I'm saying? When you're in a space where you found that calm center, you can be doing great with this person, or things can be confusing with this person, or you can be in an argument with this person and you're still going to feel centered. You're still going to have this like home to come back to within you. So really anything could be going on within the relationship and you feel like you have this space that resonates within you that feels safe and calm. And you're not just at the whim of the emotional roller coaster of your connection. That means too being in a space where you advocate for yourself as well when things feel like they get out of balance within the exchange with this person. It's being able to like calmly bring this to light in a respective manner is what I'm hearing. Maybe respectful, maybe respective as well. I'm seeing a peanut butter cookie here. I'm actually seeing specifically the peanut butter cookies that have like the fork mark on them. You know, it's like that laid down on the cookie that's coming through. Maybe something about like celebrations or holidays or something. So I'm seeing somebody here be in a space where like they do not want to let go of the relationship, like really holding on to it, but it's like relationship is here and they're holding on to it, and pain is over here and they're also holding on to that too. And something may have happened here where there's a bit of a speckled past. Like I'm seeing the Knight of Wands. Somebody may have felt like the other person was not totally 100% committed to the relationship, yet they don't want to let go of it. But it may feel like somebody may be in a space too where they're feeling kind of righteous within a situation, feeling like, I don't know, there needs to be some sort of balance here within the connection that maybe it doesn't feel like that's happened yet. I'm hearing something about saying sorry. Like maybe you feel like there hasn't been a full recovery from what happened. It's like emotionally wanting to hold on to the relationship, but also having a hard time letting go of whatever the painful experience or situations were that happened. Ooh, the Saboteur. This is feeling like not safe with... This is like, you've hurt me, I don't trust you, that type of energy. I don't trust you enough that you wouldn't do that again. But I don't know, maybe you feel also like you're in a space where you want to let it go, but you just can't let it go. But it feels like we keep going deeper and deeper into the layers, right? So you're emotionally connected with this relationship, and I'm seeing it's like required a lot of maturity on your end. But with the King of Cups, you want to be mindful not to be bypassing when it comes to your feelings, because King of Cups can sometimes be so reserved emotionally that it can be like a lack of expression, which can happen. This is like connected with your Mars and your Moon placements. Like those of you that may have a water Mars. Let's keep going though. So it doesn't just have to be that though. Like anywhere where you have Earth in your chart, which all Earth is feminine, anywhere where you have water in your chart, because water is also feminine, there can be a tendency sometimes to not like initiate expression. And so sometimes holding certain things back or being like, I need to hold this ship steady and like not cause a scene because I'm dedicated emotionally and I want this because I'm involved here. But now I'm having a hard time letting go of this pain. Why can't I let go of this pain? I keep holding on to it. I keep revisiting this. It's because you feel like that trust has not been like built back up within the relationship, and that's where the struggle is. Feeling like somebody really deceived you, and it cut so deeply that it's kind of like when you're on a team with somebody, they're not gonna rip you off because you're on the same team. So they recognize like, if I take away from this partner, I'm taking away from myself, okay? That may have not been how things played out. This person may have really done whatever they did to you and didn't see it as a loss for them. I'm hearing something about being greedy. Maybe they were just being selfish with what it is that they were doing. But I'm seeing it cut deeply enough that, like, having this energy, this is like, I bet that when I'm there with you in person, you're going to be showing up and like giving reciprocity. But if I turn my back, like, can I trust you to actually be like maintaining what you say that you're going to do? Because Six of Pentacles is like how somebody's showing up and treating you and what they're doing and being fair within the relationship, and somebody that's being, I'm hearing good-hearted. It can be like an altruistic nature as well, but you may feel like, if I'm not there to watch you, are you still going to be doing that? You know? It's like the kid that cheats on the test when the teacher leaves the room. And you may be really feeling like that with this person. And feeling like that has not been repaired is what I'm seeing. And you feel like this has cut down into the foundation of the relationship. Because the relationship is built on like shared values, but you may feel again like this person is like, will take advantage when you're not looking, and like pour more into their bucket and then like not tell you what they're doing with it, you know, to benefit them. Could have also felt like they went out of their way to lie to you too. I want to get another layer here though on what's going on. I'm actually seeing there be like a bit of a resistance. It's interesting because like there's an energy that is like very emotionally committed and like involved in what's going on. But then I'm also seeing there be kind of like another shift within the energy where somebody may be like holding on to something to their advantage. It feels even like somebody's shadow got activated because of something that had happened, like mistrust. And so now I'm seeing there be like communication of somebody moving through, but the person that's like on the receiving end of it is like, I don't know if I want to hear what you have to say. Like this is somebody coming through and this other person being like very defensive. The person that's coming through to message this other person, I'm seeing they're the ones that may have been doing like the hurting within this situation, okay? So like the person, if you perceive this person like kept things from you and really hurt you, I'm seeing them like coming through to come talk to you, but I'm seeing you really be on the defense here, like feeling really protective of yourself. This is like, stay 100 feet out there and let me hear what you're saying. I'm seeing you still do not feel completely solid emotionally about this thing. Like, this is kind of like, I don't know completely what's going on within this situation, and I feel like a lot has not been resolved, and so I feel like I need to put on my protective shell here, especially energetically within the situation. I'm seeing you also really feel like you give your heart and your soul to the things that you connect with, so this would have like really, really affected you so deeply. I'm seeing the symbol for Monster here, Monster energy drink. I'm seeing like the claw here, the symbol for that. Ooh. The Devil and the Seven of Cups. It's like the tar pit that you keep trying to swim out of, that keeps swallowing you over and over again. You may not trust like the intentions of this person coming through. I do keep seeing the Ten of Swords on the bottom of the deck. They may be trying to plan something with you, but you may be in a space where you're like, I don't even know if I want to do that with you. There's potential here for you to have a new beginning with the Fool. So you may think about opening yourself up, whether that's going to be with this person or not. I don't know yet. No, I am seeing you start something. But it's interesting, like for some of you, okay. For some of you, you are going to give this person another chance. After all that, you may be. I was seeing the Devil and the Seven of Cups. So you may have like a really, like a dependency or an attachment with this person. That would make it, it's like you have some very strong cords with this person, we can say. I'm seeing you at least start to talk to them. Like, I'm definitely seeing one entertaining a conversation here for sure, but something still feeling not right, like something not sitting well with you. I'm seeing like emotions come up into the conversation. You guys had a very serious connection with one another. Like, you guys were definitely officially something in the past. Like, may have even, I'm hearing tied it down. You could have lived with this person. Wow. You know, it's really interesting because I'm actually seeing this like back and forth happen where there's like this focus on you and your self-love, which has like really taught you a lesson when it comes to reciprocity and the people that you connect with. So it's like taught you a lot about your values within your interpersonal relationships, especially your romantic relationships. So this like self-love and this self-care and you connecting with the Empress and the Justice card and also the World. This is Venus, which is your love language and represents many things, but I'm just going to say like what is pertaining to this reading particularly. So Venus is about your love languages, how you receive love. It speaks about your values within a relationship, how you want to be treated, what allows you to feel seen and cared for when you connect with somebody, the things that you're attracted to, the things that you like. To have Libra, this is about those things within a relationship, because Libra is about our partnerships and stuff, or one-on-one connections with other people. And also have Saturn here. This could have been like a very challenging lesson that you experienced that is connected with your values within your interpersonal connections, okay? Now, I'm seeing there be like an emotional involvement with someone, but having a really hard time letting go of this person. You feel like this person cheated on you in some way. Whether it was them like lying and that's what felt like cheating. It's like they did something that was very untrustworthy, something that very much broke trust. But they could have done something that was very hurtful, and then they could have gone out of their way to be deceptive about that. But then I'm seeing them come through. So like after this thing happened, right? You may have been in a space where you never like fully let go of this relationship, but you also have not fully let go of the pain. And I'm seeing it be this seemingly like a dichotomy here that you feel with this person, where there's like the love that you have for the relationship and the connection and like the establishment of that connection that you have with this person, holding on tight to that tightly. And then also this thing that you just can't rub off, and it's the pain and the deception that's connected with this person. And so I'm seeing like this person that you felt really like tore your heart out of your chest within this situation. I'm seeing them come through to communicate with you. Like they're out here trying to reach out. You have such a bad taste in your mouth based off of like the last impression that you had of this person. Because I'm seeing like the first thing that you remember when this person pops up is how they hurt you. And when you get behind that, you may remember like the relationship and stuff like that, and when you were together and like the good times and how things were like harmonious at one point and how you guys worked together. But I'm just seeing this energetically, like the most energy is coming off of the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords. But even less so the Seven of Swords and more just this Three of Swords, where there's like such a focus on the pain, which also means that in recognizing the pain, it's going to be like the alleyway towards your healing. So that's why like pain and healing go hand in hand with one another. And this is sticking out so much to you, and it's not something that you can sweep. There's like no rug that's big enough to sweep this under at this point, which is terrible and amazing at the same time, because it means that this thing affected you so much that you cannot bypass it. You have to face it. And so you're in a space where this person coming back up in your face is kind of forcing you to relive this situation in a way where it can be addressed. But I'm seeing them come through, and I'm seeing you be in a space where you're like, stay at arm's length, like I want to keep you back there. And I'm seeing you almost like maybe not telling them exactly how you feel. There's this thing over here about a plan, about like taking a leap of faith, about maybe doing something new or taking a chance on something or someone. I'm seeing something about a connection. And for some of you, like there may be something or someone new that you're connecting with, or this is like having a complete restart where the slate is wiped completely clean, and there's something that you're going to be doing. And through like an important conversation and you being like mentally engaged in this, it does look like you're actually going to be able to like make peace with this situation. I want to just like read this another way and see whatever else comes through, because sometimes we can get a bit of a perspective shift. You feel like because of the work that you've done on yourself, this situation that you had with this person has really activated your self-love. It's given you an opportunity for you to really show up for yourself and for you to find the equanimity, for you to find that calm center within you. So it's like the growth through trauma that you experienced. And I'm seeing that it's also made you very, very protective of yourself as well. Very protective of your heart. And being like, I give the most amazing quality of love, and I deserve that same thing when I'm connecting with somebody. So this is a really beautiful thing to see, because this is you being in a space where you're like, I deserve to be treated properly with respect and with integrity within the relationship, and I love myself enough to know what I deserve and also what I don't deserve and what I won't entertain and what I won't put up with. So this is you, like, you're protecting your Venus energy. You're protecting your heart. You're protecting all of the things that Venus represents for you. You're protecting your divine feminine energy. And all of us have divine feminine. It's not just like one gender has one thing or whatever. All of us have divine feminine. All of us have divine masculine. Each and every one of us. So I'm seeing this thing happen where there's a focus on like a plan for the relationship with you and this person, or for the dynamic with you and this person, because you may not be labeling it as a relationship. But I mean, it is. It just may not be what it was before. Anyway, the dynamic between you and this person, you're like figuring out, what do we do here? Justice would mean there being some sort of, a restoration of justice within this situation. So what needs to be done here? Having justice too means that whatever harmony or balance had been broken, how does that get repaired within the situation? So in order for this to be let go of. So this means one needs to feel like justice or acceptance washes over this in order to finally be let go of it. But until you address this and until you feel like there's been true justice within the situation, you're not going to be able to let go of it and have this new beginning that you want. So it's going to be very, very important, because I'm seeing like you're not going to be able to let this go unless this is addressed. And this means like karmic justice and acceptance above all about this situation, so you can move on from it. But again, until you feel that, you're going to hold on to it, and it's going to keep you from the new beginning that's calling to you. Because you're going to feel like you keep getting stuck. It's like you want to move forward, but you keep stubbing your toe. And it's like with every step, that same little pebble keeps finding its way in front of you again and again and again. And you just feel like you keep tripping over and over again. And it's something saying, hey, address me. You need to look at me. This needs to be done. I'm seeing that there is like a graduation here. This is you completing something so you can start something new. Big focus on your healing journey and on you opening yourself up to clearing this out and healing, so you can start something that is going to feel worth it to you, something that you're going to care about. And I'm seeing you have a conversation with this person, this person that you're connecting with. I'm seeing them come through and want to talk to you. But I'm seeing like in your eyes, like this person, you may really feel like their reputation is soiled based off of what they did. Like you may be in a space where you're like, I'll forgive you, but I don't want you in my life anymore because I don't trust that you won't do that again. Like you would just still feel like this person very, very sneaky. But the thing is that like in front of your face, you don't feel like they're like that. I'm telling you, it's really that energy of like, when the teacher's in the room, like this person is not going to cheat, but as soon as the teacher steps out of the room, they're like looking at everybody else, like pulling the paper out of their pencil box, their little cheat sheet, stuff like that. And so it just comes down to like that sort of situation with this person where you're like, do I want to live my life? Do I want to be in a relationship where I feel like I have to babysit my partner all the time in order for them to be doing the right thing, or in order for them to really follow through on what they've been telling me? Or do I want somebody that I can just trust is going to, their words and actions are going to match up and align because there's accountability and integrity? So I'm seeing you be in a space where you're like, I'm not trying to have somebody that I constantly need to like look over my shoulder with. And so I'm actually seeing this person come through and message you, but I'm seeing that you are already gone. Look, it's like too little too late. I'm seeing this person come through and be like, hey, trying to talk to you, but you're out. For some of you, you're moving away from this person. But that can be a metaphor. It can be mentally moving away from this person, or moving away from the relationship. This is one of the times where you're going to be really happy that you listened to your intuition when it came to this connection, because like we end with this card, right? Which is you going somewhere and being able to move on from something that karmically you don't need to be involved in anymore. And this is about you moving to a space where you're like, this is for my peace. That's why I'm doing this. I'm actively doing something that is going to bring me mental peace and allow myself to move on from something. So this is cutting cords here within this situation. And to have this little page of cups on the bottom of the deck, this is you moving to a space where you're like, I'm following my intuition by moving on from this situation. And that's what's helping you. You're clearing. I'm seeing that you're clearing out a karmic test. This is a really big thing. This is like you coming out on the other side of a very, very confusing maze that you've been going through. I'm hearing double blind study. Yeah, it's like I'm seeing you've been going through this optical course, and like you had certain faculties that were like shut down, that you like weren't able to access as you moved through this, and you're like still finding yourself out on the other side. It's almost like there were certain tools that you weren't given, or that may have been taken away from you as you went through this, and again you're like still finding yourself coming out the other side. I'm definitely seeing this be like an exit from an extremely karmic cycle that you've been in. I'm hearing names that start with J. I'm seeing Gemini here. I'm hearing Taurus. I'm seeing Gemini. I'm hearing Scorpio. I'm seeing Saturn, Uranus, Libra, Venus. Yeah, to have Uranus and Saturn and Venus here, these have definitely like not been an easy cycle at all. Like anytime where Venus and Saturn are together, Saturn like sitting on Venus is gonna feel like kind of like you have this rock sitting on your chest as you're moving through something emotionally. Like you could have felt, it's like having to run a race where you have like a 45-pound vest on when you're running through it. That's what it can feel like when Saturn's around, because Saturn is going to like squeeze you and slow you down and make the gravity heavier as you go through it. But then like when that vest is lifted, when you complete the cycle, you go into the next round and you're like running laps around everybody because you've already gone through something so hard. So that's the thing with Saturn, is that it's like a really tough trainer that's training you to go through something. But once you complete the cycle, you end up having those skills, and it's something you can use for a lifetime that's going to be super valuable. But until you complete it, it's going to be the same thing. The same cycle can be with different people, but it's the same energetic cycle over and over and over and over again. Until we choose differently is what I'm hearing. Okay, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here at 34:43. I would like to thank everybody for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.